Hello, everybody. It is September 18th, 2023. I am Drew.
And I'm Tara.
This is America's #1 Chicago-based sports and entertainment sibling, butthole buffoonery, 69 celebrating podcast in America. It's MELLONfights. Tara, what's the name of this podcast?
Ooh, it is MELLONfights.
It's MELLONfights. I didn't like the order there. Sometimes I get that order going where I say sibling straight into butthole buffoonery, and I don't like that.
No, I don't either.
Sounds like it's sibling butthole buffoonery.
And that's not what we do
It's not.
here.
I mean, technically it is because we talk about buttholes as siblings, but
this is not Flowers in the Attic, folks. Okay?
no, much about that, but never seen it. I remember when it was going to be on, like,
Flowers in the Attics.
we didn't watch it.
No,
Should we watch
because
this?
nobody wants to watch that.
Nobody wants to watch that.
No, if people are excited about that, then they need to just settle
Unless
down.
they're excited to like this is the worst thing I've ever seen, but I don't even want to watch it for that.
No.
Tara, here's the first thing we need to talk about. We're going to talk about it right now. 2 weeks ago, Tara made a prediction. That Micah Parsons should be and could win and will win the MVP of the NFL. Now, Tara, when you said it, I loved it.
Yeah.
Correct?
You loved it.
And the man's been playing out of his mind.
Lights out.
Nobody was talking about it.
No.
Nobody was talking about that. But you know what? People are talking about it now.
I know.
They mentioned it during the game yesterday. They said that his goal was to be the MVP. Defensive Player of the Year, huh? No MVP. I heard him stay off our lane, part of my take.
Right?
Mentioned it. I'm like, no, this is us. Now, Tara.
And he called him by the wrong name.
Yeah, they're idiots.
Yeah.
Now I want to I'm going to say this. When we made that bet, I did make the bet. I didn't put much on it. I think we should put a little more on it while we still have really good odds. But remember, it was plus 15,000. Tara, it's all the way down to plus 6,500.
Oh my gosh.
His odds, it's like going from like 150 to 1 to like 65 to 1 odds for him to be. That's a tremendous leap. He's ahead of Geno Smith now, Kenny Pickett, Justin Fields, Justin Jefferson, Russell Wilson, Bijan Robinson, all sorts of people, all sorts of quarterbacks. So he's definitely the first defensive person. He's not the first quarterback. The first non-quarterback. The first non-quarterback is McCaffrey. Tyreek Hill and then McCaffrey. And everyone else is a quarterback.
Yeah.
Tara, I think it's real, and I think we need to start pushing it even harder and make them bucks. Make them big bucks.
Make them big buck. Let's do it.
So we gotta put a little more money.
All right, I'll Venmo you.
Money on it.
I'll send you some Venmo.
Oh, you'll Venmo me?
Yeah.
Cool. But yeah, I only put $10 on it, Tara, at the start. So I was gonna put more on last week, and now he's made the big jump. I think it's very realistic. I think it's gonna become.
I think so too. Yes.
Because all everyone's saying is he might be the best player in football. I'm like, so shouldn't that guy be the MVP then?
And all the quarterbacks that are making the big bucks aren't looking that good right now. I know it's only been 2 games, but
true. But Patrick Mahomes has looked good. Lamar looked great yesterday. Jalen Hurts has looked good enough. So,
but they haven't looked.
Lamar Jackson played
awesome. He did. He got me that cover, and I was pretty pumped.
Pretty pumped.
I knew it. I should always do money line because I always.
Yeah, but the second we bet money line, we get greedy and then we lose. So we'll just stick to what we know.
We'll just stick to it.
Stick to what we know. We just got to we'll just bet the proper amount of money to make up for that money line amount.
Yeah.
So big week for MELLONfights sports picks this week.
Yeah, it was.
First, again, the Micah Parsons thing, that looks great. That's a great pick by you, Tara. He was a disruptor. I know the Jets team's not very good, but he was.
No.
I mean, can I say something about that non-TD he had?
Yeah.
I know that he was touched by the guy's leg. That shouldn't count.
No, he didn't.
You should have to get a hand on a guy.
Exactly.
The fact that his leg was like randomly sitting there when he rolled over shouldn't count.
Not
he
at
should have
all.
had to made a play on him. That shouldn't count.
It should not count at all. You're right. It has to be like a hand.
a
It has to
reach
be a
out, an
hand.
arm, or
Yeah.
he has to be making a lunge towards him, and then if his leg happens to hit him, then. But dude was just sitting on his ass.
Yeah.
Shouldn't count. Shouldn't count.
Never.
It should
He
be a
should have
TD.
a
He should be on his way
TD.
to 4 or 5 TDs that we talked about. He has 3 sacks already. The man's out of control.
He is. And he's just always up in everyone's faces, just faster than everyone. Just so focused. So
No,
focused on that football. That's all he wants. I feel like if I were a football player, I would be playing like Micah Parsons.
That's the way you'd want to play for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's the thing, Tara. We do have to be fair. They've played the Giants and the Jets, and those teams aren't very good.
They are not.
There's a chance that neither of those teams make the playoffs.
Yeah.
If we're going to be fair on ourselves, but I think we're being. He was so good. Tara,
good.
he had all those. He had those stats. They were only on the field for 14 minutes.
That's insane.
Something like that. 16 minutes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they barely had the ball. So he got all those. He did all that in a very limited amount of time.
Oh my gosh!
The Cowboys really controlled the ball quite a bit of that game.
They really did.
Long drives. So that's a big one. But Tara, the Jean Jacket Man is back. Johnny Picks is back. I'm 1-1 now. I got the backdoor cover on Thursday night. I'll take it.
That was awesome.
I will take it. It felt like they were going to cover early.
Mm-hmm.
Vikings looked good early. If they were about to go up at halftime, but the worst rule in football happened where he fumbled the ball as he went in the end zone and it went out the side of the end zone, so they called it a touchback. The dumbest thing ever. I don't understand it.
I don't get it either.
And then they went down and kicked a field goal, and then they were actually down at halftime. But really, the Vikings looked good early, and then they fell behind after that. It was kind of a, and then it looked like I wasn't going to cover, and then it was coming into play, and they scored a last second TD that made no point. It made no sense at all. It was great.
But you got to take it when you take it.
I didn't tell you, Tara, so I bet that one. Plus, I bet it at +7. I want to put a little more dough on it later in the week, so I actually bet it at plus 6.5. Is that what I did?
Oh,
plus 6.5 later in the week, so I covered on that. I covered both bets.
Good.
Because they won by 6. So I got greedy, but it was okay.
It was okay. I could have been
I had money left, and I wanted to bet it. And then Tara, of course, is now 2-0. Both of her underdogs have not only covered, they have won outright. Lions week 1 did not look as good this week. This week, she had Ravens plus 3.5, was it? 3.5, I believe. They went outright. Mm-hmm. They looked good.
They did look good.
Well. Their team's good, and I don't even feel like it's clicking totally yet. Not even totally.
No, they're so injured too. Everyone's always getting injured. Beckham's out, it looks like. I haven't heard anything else on him, but
I know I really wasn't figuring.
We're not the real.
I was never figuring Beckham in.
No,
he hasn't played since that Super Bowl.
We're not the true believers in the Beckham.
I think he's good. I just didn't think that was going to matter.
He's not that good.
No, he's good. He was very good.
He just gets injured. He's very good. He just can't stay healthy.
But he can't stay healthy at all. Mm-mm. He's a nut as well.
Most receivers are.
Oh
yeah,
Tara, we talked
different
about
personality
a lot last week. I don't know if non-football fans didn't like it. Mom said she liked it. She's like, I don't even know about football. I liked your football talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we can talk about it pretty good. We both know about it a lot. It's yours.
We like it. We watch it.
What were some of your big takeaways from week 2? Other than us being excellent bettors, we'll have those underdog picks for you later. in the pod. Tara, week 2. Most interesting takeaways.
I feel like what's interesting to me is how bad the Bengals are, and with Joe Burrow being injured, I don't know. I think they're going to have an uphill battle because they lost to people in their division, and Joe Burrow could potentially be pretty hurt. It's his calf. We don't know. I'm sure they don't want to have an Aaron Rodgers issue on them. So my guess is they're probably going to want to rest him until they know exactly what's going on. So I see that being another loss next week. And
yeah, I mean, I guess if they sit him this week, and then they probably will lose. I think look at that as this is a wash. The year's over.
Yeah,
for the second time in Joe Burrow era.
Yeah,
What was it? His Was it his rookie year he got hurt or his second
His
year?
rookie year.
Rookie year he got hurt and was out
I
like week
yeah.
1 or week 2. It was early on. I don't remember what
Yep.
week it was. And I feel like it's a wash for this. They're not going to win the Super Bowl without him. He might
Yes.
not make the playoffs this year. So if I'm a Bengals fan, I'm like, this sucks. But I think Burrow's talented enough to have a nice career though, if he can
I
stay on
think
the.
so too. If he can stay on the field and kind of stop getting injured. My other
Right.
takeaway would probably be that the Chargers are so shitty. They're so bad. I
Mm,
never have belief
mm.
in them.
The darlings
They
that are the Chargers, the
uh
stat boy darlings,
yeah.
stat boy darlings, the San Diego Chargers. They've been stat boy darlings for 2 decades now because they were the same way
Yes.
with Philly Rivs.
Yes. And everyone knew Philly rib. Well, not everyone. People seem to really love Philly ribs, but he just wasn't it.
They were like, "Oh, should the Jets go out and get Philly Rivs?" No,
No, they
I'd
should
rather have
not.
shitty ass young. I'd rather have shitty ass Zach Wilson back there.
Yeah, don't
At
go
least,
get
at least you
Philly
can blame it
ribs.
on him.
Right.
Jesus. Yeah, the
And their
Chargers.
coach just like I was surprised last year
They kept him.
that he didn't get fired. I was like, "Oh
Yeah.
wow, that's crazy." But I don't think he's got much left in him.
Mm-hmm.
So, cuz they've got good players too. Like that's what's crazy. Like um their offense is pretty good. They've got I think that what's his face?
Yeah, but here's the things they went into. We both liked this Titans as the underdog pick. We both
Yes.
liked it, but we
Yeah,
both ended up not picking it.
I
We both
know.
liked it. Here's the thing: the Titans are just a really well coached team that knocks you on your ass. Chargers are
Mhm.
soft. Maybe they're
Yeah.
super soft. The Titans can never ever be confused as soft,
No.
and they
I think that shows you just how important a good coach is because
absolutely.
their quarterback situation isn't great. They seem to always have really terrible injuries too, but they always
Mm-hmm.
find a way to get it done because they are gritty.
Yeah, they're kind of like the Steelers a little bit,
Mhm.
where they just play hard. They play hard and they have a certain mentality, and it's so interesting because that Pittsburgh mentality makes sense. It feels like the city of Pittsburgh. That Titans mentality. I've been to Nashville. It doesn't have that. That's not the vibe of that city.
No,
Is like
not
it's
at
hard
all.
nosed. Like
It's like that
it's kind of
coach definitely
floofy. It's
brought
kind of
it.
floofy. It's kind of like
Yeah,
they feel like the Chargers. It feels like a place the Chargers should be. It's
right.
got a San Diego vibe. It's a little floofy, a little like
There's just like
ooh,
other stuff going on there that
other stuff
people
going
would
on. And
rather be
football's not
doing.
everyone's most important thing.
Exactly.
Though the thing is, we don't hang out with like when we go to Nashville, we don't know a lot of like real Nashvillians.
No.
You know, that might be. I don't know. I'm gonna guess Titans fans are more not city. I'm gonna guess it's more about the people in the surrounding
Yeah.
areas.
Just the
So
Tennessee in general.
yeah, um, yeah. So maybe the Titans are just good, and the Chargers aren't. The Chargers aren't. I'm just so tired of
No.
the Chargers and the talk. Jaguars also looked like shit yesterday. I like
Yeah,
to compare those
they
two teams.
did.
It's like, yeah, they got these young, great quarterbacks. I'm like, yeah, but they don't make the plays when it matters most. And then you'll hear some Chargers stats. Apparently,
Well,
Herbert has a bunch of comeback drives and stuff. I'm like, it doesn't seem like it. Why are they always
no.
coming back? Do
And
it
then
early
you
in a game. Stop
and then
playing from
you
behind.
for sure. And then you have uh Kansas City and then you see that Mahomes he just got paid about like they restructured his contract so he gets paid more.
Again,
And yeah, and I just think about like Chris Jones who restructured his and it's not great. But he went out and played anyways and he is such a difference maker. He's a disruptor on defense and like they needed that cuz their offense was not hitting on all cylinders and they were very low scoring game. It's like, man, that sucks that like this cat who makes a huge difference just
yeah.
can't get paid.
Oh, it's annoying. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. They're gonna have to change it because the way it's only the quarterbacks are
Yeah.
getting richer and richer. You know, certain guys like when Parsons comes up, he'll get paid a ton of money.
Yeah.
Here, not a really smart move there by the Kansas City Chiefs though to make, to
Restructures contract.
make Mahomes happy. Like, hey,
Yes.
you're actually the highest paid guy. Fuck
Yeah.
like you're the highest paid guy, and then they're
Yeah.
gonna pay him again in a couple years. Like
Within it's the 2 years he's making, I think it was 2 years, he's making 210.6 mil guaranteed.
it's over the next 3, including
3.
the next
Okay.
4 years. 2023, 24, 25, and 26.
So I was very off.
Yeah. So for 4 seasons, he's making 50 some million a year guaranteed. Which
Guaranteed.
is like nuts. Which like dwarfs what was just done by Joe.
Yeah.
52.6 million over the next 4 seasons. Yeah. I was reading something yesterday when they did the Joe Burrow one. I was looking up the Lamar Jackson thing because we were talking about how Joe. I just wanted to see what their difference was. It's quite a bit of difference with the guaranteed and the for Joe and Lamar. And Lamar was the winner, Tara. And
He was the winner by far.
And the more I was looking at it, the more racial I thought it was.
Yeah.
When I was reading about it, I was like, "Oh, this has got a racial undertone to it."
It really does. And who knows if he would have gotten more if he would have had a traditional agent. I don't know how that really plays in. I'm sure it plays in a little bit.
Maybe a little. Here's what I'll say is, Miranda's home. Here's what I will say is, I was listening to Bill Simmons podcast today, and he was kind of talking about like all these teams had a chance at Lamar Jackson when they did it. They just none of them took it. And he's like, but a lot of them are feeling real stupid right now. Like he looked great. Like I said, he looked great yesterday.
Yeah,
and he's good. And like, can you imagine the Bears if that's who? Fuck Justin Fields. If you got a chance at Lamar Jackson, who's proven himself, put Lamar Jackson on that team. That's a good football team.
Yeah.
Fields might not be it. I don't know.
I know.
I still don't know.
It just seems so in his head.
I think they need to just let him go. They got to do the same thing they do with some of the other guys. Just let him be him.
Yeah.
Let him run around. Let him run when he wants. Don't make him a pocket passer. It's not really what he is.
Right.
Let him be what he is. So yeah, my other big takeaways from yesterday: Cowboys are good. Niners probably though are the best team in the NFL just because their defense is really good, but then their offense is so good.
It's like so many weapons.
Like the Cowboys offense is really got a lot of like they look good, guys. Like
they really did.
Good. CD looked good. Dak played pretty good. Ferguson's coming around as a tight end.
He is.
A couple of the backup running backs did some nice stuff.
There's another receiver who started catching some balls. They said I can't remember I am too.
But their offense is not what the Niners. They don't have McCaffrey and Debo and Ayuk, and the fact that at this point Kittle is an afterthought. That's I know. And Purdy is just like makes the right plays all the time. Like he makes the right decisions all the time. So I just think the Niners are terrifying, and like they've been terrifying the last few years. Like every time the Cowboys had to play them, like I don't want them to play them in the playoffs.
I know
that a couple years ago the Cowboys were the division champs, and the Niners were like a wild card. I'm like, that's the worst matchup ever.
It was so bad, and then they lost,
and they got beat. So yeah, that's my big takeaways. I think the Niners are the class of the league. Cowboys, I think, are right behind them though.
Yeah, they're looking good.
I think it's those two teams. I don't think the Eagles looked as good as those two teams. They won their games, but they didn't look as good or as dominant. And
who do the Cowboys play this week? Is it going to be a bigger challenge?
No, it's someone bad. The the Cardinals.
Oh yeah, they better crush them.
So they need to beat them because then they don't. Because then they play. I think then they got the Patriots, and then I think they have the Niners week 5, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
We'll see. I don't remember totally.
That's going to be a good game.
Cowboys have they're at the Cardinals, then at home versus the Patriots, and then which never is fun. Like if Bill schemes the right thing, and then the Niners.
Yeah.
And then my other big takeaway from yesterday was that the Rams are a pretty good football team.
Yeah.
They stayed with the Niners pretty good.
You called it.
I think they're not. I said they're going to win the division, and I take that back. For some reason, I was thinking the Niners were in a different division. I don't know why I thought that.
Yeah.
That was really stupid of me. But then I think the Rams are going to be A wild card for sure.
Yeah, they look
I
good.
think they're good. I think as long as Stafford's healthy, they're good. It's exactly what I said. Like with Stafford, they're good. Stafford's a
Right.
good quarterback. They got this
This is a
this little
good thing for him though, because like people I
yeah.
think started second guessing him as being as good as he was because he had
Which
a
is
bunch of weapons. But now with this young team, he looks good and he's not
which
injured.
which doesn't make any sense because he was good for a decade in Detroit, and then he had a couple good years with the Rams.
Won a Super Bowl.
Won a Super Bowl. Was hurt. Didn't play at all last year. Played a little bit, I guess, last year.
Yeah, just a little bit. But now he's back and he's looking
But they'll
good.
get Cooper back in a couple weeks, and they'll have that with the new young rookie who basically is doing the Cooper Cup stuff. It'll be him, and it'll be like a better version of him and Robert Woods they had there for a couple years.
Yeah.
It seems like. So that's exciting for that. I think that's going to be a good team. Those are my two big takeaways.
Well, I know that they were saying McVay was like potentially going to retire, not retire, but like stop working, quit,
Resign,
take some time off. Yeah,
take
but
leave of absence.
But I think that this is like was such a better idea because now he looks like a freaking stud.
To coach?
Yeah, because like if he quit and then did the Sean Payton thing, thinking he was finding another team, and then that team sucks. Sorry, Sean.
Whack way to do it, like just stack the team and then don't have any repercussions. Like, cool, bye. It seems whack. It seems lame.
Yeah, doesn't seem like a challenge whatsoever.
Any other NFL takeaways from yesterday before we do our picks? Red Zone's still awesome. Red Zone's still cool. Though YouTube TV, even though we don't have the ticket where we can watch all the games, you still can watch the two games at the same. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah, so you could have side by side of we had the Bears game on and the Kansas City game on at the same time.
But you can't have Red Zone on
because we're a Bears fan, so we wanted to kind of watch that until it was out of control, and then we were flipping between the double box, all-time double box for those two channels. You can just change which one you're listening to the sound on, into Red Zone. So we kind of were jumping from. It'd be nice to be able to put Red Zone right in the bottom.
I know that would be awesome.
Then it's perfect.
Oh, come on, YouTube TV, do that for us.
I know, do that.
Do that. Everyone will want you. My only other thing is Aaron Rodgers got injured after we recorded last time. So we didn't talk about it at all. So I just wanted to say that sucks.
It does suck. As much as Aaron Rodgers is squat, we talked about him leading up to it, it sucked. Like it makes for a shittier.
Yeah. Like
I'm not
I wanted to see that play out.
I'm not by any means saying I feel really bad for Aaron Rodgers.
I do just because it sucks to get injured.
I just don't. Yeah, it sucks to get injured, but I don't. I'm not. My amount of suck is not. First of all, it's Jets fans. I feel bad for them. Second of all, just football fans, and then football fans in general, because that's just better to have one more team.
Yeah,
that's worth watching. You know, exactly. Now it's going to be. Now, how much do I want the Patriots play the Jets this weekend? Not at all, really. Two. I guess not both 0-2 because the Jets skunk one out. Because Gibson from Hard Knocks returns the punt.
I know. That was awesome. It was like such a cool ending to such a shitty.
They got to keep it going all the way through the season. How awesome would that scene have been in a Hard Knocks episode?
So awesome.
The problem was they did it like last year. They did it with the Arizona Cardinals for the full season, but it wasn't the season. They stick with the team you do the preseason with, because then you go through. Because then after I was like, I don't care.
Right, because I was like, I don't really know these people.
But like we were all in on the Jets. Like, can you imagine how awesome this week's episode would have been? It would have had the Aaron Rodgers moment. It would have had him returning that punt.
Yeah,
like it would have been the best TV ever. Even though we would have known, it would have been the best TV ever.
Yeah,
it does suck though.
I was listening to some local.
Speaking of injuries, go ahead.
I was listening to some local radio, and they did the day after it happened. They had just call-ins for the entire show, which normally they don't do that. Yeah. And they just wanted to like hear people's perspective of the Aaron Rodgers thing. And quite a few people were calling in saying how they were at bars. And once Aaron Rodgers went down, they were cheering. And I was like, that's gross. Yeah, that's like weirdo shit. That's like Packer fans who he made them contenders every single
Tara,
year.
we've talked about this. Packer fans are the worst fans on the fucking planet. They're the worst fans on the planet. People
they
like
are so bad.
People like talk shit about Cowboy fans, Yankee fans. Packers fans fucking suck.
Yes.
They're that fake, like, oh, I'm Midwest. I'm a good old boy. You fucking suck. You don't know. They don't know shit about football ever.
No, and they always idiots. Like just do the same old like jokes that played out suck, bullshit, played out exactly, and it's like, okay, cool,
mostly
like maybe
not PC jokes,
exactly. And then I feel like the second Aaron Rodgers was doing bad a couple years ago, they're like, "Where's Brett?" But like before that, they'd say Brent, like they'd call him Brent, and I'm like, what? Like he was your quarterback and you loved him, and now you don't like Aaron, so you're like, exactly. I
consistently hate Dak Prescott.
You do,
good or bad.
Yeah.
Speaking of injuries, I wanted to check. It looks like the Barkley injury was bumming me out.
I know.
When Saquon got, they're saying it's only 3 weeks though, so that's not too bad, but it's not great. But a guy that didn't want to play was holding out, and then he went and played, and he instantly gets fucking hurt. Someone hits him in the side of, like, tackles him sideways,
twists him up. Yep. Him up. And what sucks about it too is it's like he has incentives now that he probably won't be able to reach.
Right.
And that sucks because he didn't want to sign anything, and
right.
The only thing he could negotiate was incentives, and now he can't. He gets nothing.
I think there's going to be
But you know who does get everything? Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
So just remember that.
I think there's going to be a player strike. I think it's going to be a player strike, and the quarterbacks are going to want to play still.
Yep.
Like Drew Barrymore.
And Bill Maher. Fucking Bill Maher.
Fucking loser Bill Maher is, man. Drew Barrymore's an idiot.
Yeah.
He's an idiot. What do you think is going to happen? Like,
right?
They're like, oh, these other, like, they say there's a lot of people that are on the staff that aren't writers and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I know that. That's why you guys just got to, I think you can stick together.
Yeah.
Then they'll fucking be forced to do something. You know?
Yeah.
It sucks. It sucks. Fuck Hollywood. Fuck all corporate. It's just corporations now. Fuck all.
Yeah, it's everyone.
Fuck them all. Tara, let's keep talking football. Let's move to a different level of football, though. Let's move to the college ranks. Let's talk about the experience that is Colorado football.
Colorado football.
There's been a lot of talk about this, and there's this take that sucks so bad. There's this take that sucks so bad, Tara.
What is it?
It's this idea that so I'm going to first I'll do the setup. Colorado football. They were 24-point favorites, right? 24-point favorites at home, and they played a team that won 3 games last year, hadn't won a game this year, and won 3 games the year before, and I think 4 games the year before that, the first fulls, maybe 2 years before that, because there was like a it was the COVID year, and I don't think they won very many games during that year either.
Yeah.
And they had to go to double overtime to beat this team, and then the crowd rushed the field. The fans rushed the field, and there is this, which I'm going to say right now, straight up, fucking lame.
So lame.
It's lame. There's this take. There's this take that, oh, you're just like, it's like, oh, the college kids having fun. They're like, don't be such an old, like, fuddy-duddy sort of thing. I'm like, no. I'm not saying it. Listen, they can do it. Absolutely, they can do it. But I can say it's fucking lame.
Yeah.
How about that? I can say you can do it.
Yes.
And I'm sure you had fun doing it, but it doesn't make it less lame. You're still lame.
You're so lame.
You're acting like you're walking around as a team, like your coach, like you're the fucking the finest thing since sliced bread. I couldn't think of anything cooler. Like you're walking on like you're the finest piece of ass that ever walked in Playboy Mansion. That'd be pretty fine, right?
Sure.
That'd be pretty fine ass.
Yeah.
and you barely beat a Colorado State team. You had to go to a double overtime, and I thought you were going to lose. I honestly did.
I
You
did
probably
too.
should have. That is you. It's lame.
It
I'm
is
sorry, you're
so
lame.
lame.
It's lame, and I already had lame vibes from it
Yeah.
earlier in the day. There, I was trying to text you about it. So there's this thing where the coach of Colorado State, it was Colorado State, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Said this thing like basically like, oh yeah, you should take your hat off and because Prime's running around. He's Deion Sanders. He wears a hat and he dresses up and he wears sunglasses everywhere he goes. Like he's the coolest guy. And basically, I mean,
that's who he's always been.
Like, yeah, he went to Colorado. Like, you guys can't wear hats. Basically, he was telling his team he can't wear hats. And basically, he told his team this exact same thing. Like, you guys can't wear hats and shit, even though he does. He's being a hypocrite. Whatever. He's the coach. He's allowed to do that.
Sure.
But this guy's like, I would take my hat off and, take my sunglasses off and shake something like when I was talking like indoors and stuff like that. Basically, He was being an old fuddy-duddy. Sure. It was a little lame.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, you look at you. You don't respect people in the game.
Right.
Prime's trying to put on a show.
Yes.
It wasn't that big a deal. But the problem was everyone started like living this, like all the people at ESPN were wearing sunglasses. Everyone, and it became like they were showing everyone the whites adopted it. That was the biggest issue. The whites adopted it. It became very uncool, very fucking fast. Then they go to double overtime to beat this team that they're wearing sunglasses for. It reminds me of this time. Tara, reminds me of this time. I'm on a full rant here. It reminds me of this time when in high school we had a pretty good basketball team. My senior year of high school, like the guys my age were pretty good basketball players, and the guys your age were pretty good too. And there was a playoff game where they were playing Monroe, who are the cheesemakers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, that was a different thing. They were playing like Jane. They were playing. God, there was a couple things. Shit, there was where they were playing. God, I don't remember now. Where basically we thought it was gonna be a blowout, right? So we were calling it the snooze fest, and we all dressed like in PJs and had we had our sleeping bags and shit. And we were acting like it was gonna be such a snooze. It'd be over, and we get to pretend like we were sleeping. And the game went down to the fucking wire, and we like at the very end, we were like, and we like still ended up winning. We laid down for like 2 seconds at the end, like
it was so cringy.
It was so cringe. It was so fucking lame. That's what this felt like.
Yeah,
that's what this. Yes, like everyone's this argument, like even part of their argument was, they're college kids. Like, don't be let them have fun. Like, yeah, but it does make it all lose meaning.
Yeah.
It becomes fucking lame.
It's so lame.
And like,
if anyone defends, like, especially because they weren't a ranked team, they were a shitty team, and then they won, and they were a 24-point favorite, and you still have the audacity to rush the field when you should be like, oh boy, like
it's not a rush the field moment. That's a sigh of a collective sigh of relief. Like, okay.
We got that.
We can do this.
Yeah.
These big games still matter coming up because we didn't fucking choke against a nobody team.
But don't you feel like that's such a Gen Z thing? They think things that like us older people do are like so cringe when it's like, oh, homie, you are the cringiest. Everything you do is cringy.
Everything is cringe. That's so cringe. It's like, oh my, I didn't know they're gonna do it.
Right.
But I was like watching the field and like, I realized they were shaking hands and like, oh, there's people everywhere. And then they pulled back. I'm like, oh, they rushed the field? I'm like, what the fuck? And I compared it to like if the Badgers football team, they played a game that same day.
Yeah.
And it was close at fucking halftime.
It was like,
the Badgers aren't even ranked. No. And they ended up winning by like 30 years or 24. They won by quite a bit.
Yeah.
They dominated the second half. But if that game had gone to double overtime, I would have been fucking embarrassed.
Yeah.
Tara. Embarrassed. There's no way that the team would have rushed the field.
Well,
the fans would not have rushed that field.
Honestly, your snooze fest thing was the best example because it's like, oh my God. And then you did it for 2 seconds and you're like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, this is embarrassing. And like, I can't believe we have done this. But then I started thinking about it even more. And I'm like, all right, well, I feel like these kids don't even care about like football or don't even know that much because they're
Exactly. It wasn't about
so
the football.
involved in the social media and like having a trend or like making something viral, and they just want to go out over everything, and it doesn't make any sense. It's like I
Because
bet they probably weren't even really watching the game that much, and
I'm sure
they were
some of
just,
them were very much, Tara.
well, some of
There's
them
plenty of
for
football. There's
sure,
plenty of listen. There's plenty of football fans in that stadium.
but so many that aren't.
They wanted to rush the field, but
Well,
you
especially
got
because
to know
wasn't
when to
game
do
and
it.
game day was there too, right?
Yes,
Like, oh my,
which was going to be my next point, but um, I agree with you on that. It is that sort of it's like here's the other thing about rushing the field for that. It's like, say you rush the field because people tend to get hurt when that happens. It happens all the
yes,
time.
yeah,
People end up getting hurt. I'm not saying don't rush the field ever again because it is kind of a fun thing. But imagine someone gets
right,
hurt on that one, and then they're like, if you guys rush the fucking field, you're thrown out of school
yeah.
because someone gets hurt, and then they end up beating in 2 weeks. Oregon comes to town. Which one? I actually don't remember. Hold on. Oregon or USC is in town in the next couple weeks.
And if they rush the field on that, it
imagine
looks
that
so
comes down to the
stupid.
wire. USC's there on September 30th. Imagine who's ranked top 5 in the nation. Imagine they win that game and they are told they're not allowed to rush the field because someone got hurt weeks before. A team you should have beat by 50.
But Drew, like, even if no one gets hurt and they rush the field after winning, it looks lame as shit to me.
Yes, that's the problem now.
Okay, like now you have to.
We're gonna be like, you guys already rushed for a shithead team.
It's like now you have to rush for all of them because,
listen,
like,
they're putting a target on their back. Oregon, you think Oregon and USC aren't going to go into those games like fuck these guys?
Right.
We're actually top 10. They're both top 10 teams right now.
Mm-hmm.
And they're good. They're actual top 10 teams. They're like beaten teams.
Yes.
So you got a lot to. That might be the other thing, Tara, is they might have rushed the field at the right time because they might not get a chance later in the year. So that was my only other thing. Is like maybe
it was their one and only chance.
But you're right though. Part of it is that ESPN put it on game day. Mm-hmm. There's no fucking reason this game should have been the game of the week on prime time. Colorado State, who has won 6 games total in the last 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and then that had this build up because Prime is good TV. I totally get that. I understand that.
Yeah.
I get that. That's the big thing. But they're pumping it up. They're putting this. Listen, if Colorado can get through this year unscathed, it'll be the most impressive thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
The amount of pressure that has been put on that team at this point. And they're playing good. They're living up to the standards so far. They haven't played a good team yet. Listen, TCU, basically, I know they're in the national championship the year before. They were. But they lost like every player.
Yeah.
It was like 40 starters or something crazy like that. Something crazy like that.
And Nebraska's absolutely terrible.
Nebraska's
all know
trash,
this.
and Colorado State is trash.
Yeah.
So now you're getting into your conference play, and it's going to be a different story. The final year of the Pac-12. And it's going to be the most, that's the craziest part. It might be the most interesting conference since the last year of it.
I know.
It's so weird.
They were just like a little too late. Everything happened just a little too late. Otherwise, they would have been together.
To be honest, it's the Big Ten's fault.
Like,
we want UCLA and USC, please. And then they added Oregon and Washington this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. Anyway, so it's lame to rush the field when you're the favorite. Like, that's supposed to be saved for the biggest and most exciting moments in the franchise's history. That wasn't even the biggest win this season.
No.
They've already beat that TCU team while they were ranked.
Yeah.
Like, that was already your big win.
It was so weird. It was so lame.
It was their first home game of the year, right?
I mean,
was it?
If I were a Colorado fan.
No, they beat Nebraska last week.
If I were a Colorado fan and I was sitting at home watching the game and then they won and then I saw them rush the field, I would have been like, you're embarrassing. Learn how to win. Act like you've been here.
To be fair, they don't know how to win. No. Don't learn how to win. Just learn like the moment.
Act like
It was
you've
like,
been
this ain't the
here.
moment.
Let's no.
Again,
It
you
was
can
a
say
good
it's like,
it was a good.
it's I'm not arguing that they didn't. My argument is not that those fans didn't have a fucking blast, and that wasn't. I watched it. I stayed up for that whole game. It was on until like 1:30 here. I was like, why am I still watching this stupid
I
fucking
know.
game? But I
That
had
was
to
such a late
because I
game.
want it because that's the beauty of they've created a villain. They've
Yeah.
created a hero and a villain at the same time, which is really hard to do.
Yeah.
Like many people like this is really fun, and then a lot of people like I'm tired of this bullshit. Relax, they have done nothing.
Right.
So I stayed up kind of wanting them to lose because they bugged me all goddamn day. And I don't even like, and I like what I was saying. I like what Dion's doing. I like that it's become a show, but like everyone adopting it and like, I'm like, you guys are annoying. It's more about, it's not even about them annoying me. It's everyone else talking about him that's annoying me. And then they go ahead and rush the field. Look, we're still talking about it. They rushed the field. It was lame, but I'm not saying that those college kids didn't have a fucking blast watching the game because they for sure did.
Yes.
And then they had a blast rushing the field, but it also can still be lame.
Yes, definitely.
Listen, there's LARPing. The people that LARP are having the best fucking time in the world.
Oh yeah.
But I can look and go, that's pretty lame. That's like really nerdy shit. Like I might even have fun. And again, I would have fun doing it myself.
Sure.
I would have had fun rushing that field with those kids.
But then after the fact, you'd have been like,
is lame.
That was lame.
I can say something would have been fun, but lame at the same time.
Yes.
Like, that's lame. It's a bit nerdy. So anyway, that's that. I know I talked like a lot there, but I was having fun.
I liked it.
You got any more takes on that? Are you rooting for Colorado?
Yes.
Here's the funny thing is I might root for Colorado next week.
I am rooting
I might be rooting
Colorado.
right up for Colorado to beat Oregon. Why not?
Why not?
Go win at Oregon? That's fun.
I'm just like not an Oregon fan because they seem to somehow always have the Badgers number. So I'm cool with them losing.
Yeah. So we're on the same page though.
Yeah.
Rushing the field.
Lame.
Though fun.
It
was lame.
Mm-hmm.
Am I jealous? Yeah. Still lame though. I skipped our picks. Shit. All right. You want to wait a minute and then go back to underdog picks?
Sure.
Maybe let's go back. We've talked a lot of sports. Let's move on. We're 42 minutes in. We haven't talked about anything else. Tara watched Under Siege. Did you get it to play?
I finally did. And then it was like,
I don't know what was going on, but
my internet probably, but then it wouldn't match up.
Enjoyable. I know that.
It wouldn't match up with the lips. So that was distracting. It's driving me nuts. Did you eventually
get it to play properly?
Huh?
Did you get it to play properly eventually?
I got it to where it was pretty close to matching the lips.
That's a bummer, T. Anyway, so Under Siege was Tara. You guys didn't really know we totally had chosen it, but Tara had never seen a Steven Seagal movie, and I wanted her to watch one. So Under Siege is the one you watch.
Yes.
And I got to be honest, Miranda and I watching, I had a really fun time watching it. It's pretty good. It's a pretty damn good movie. Tara, let's hear. Hold on, let me give you a quick Under Siege stats, and then I'll let Tara go. Under Siege, 1992, I believe. Yep, 1992, starring Steven Seagal, Tommy Lee Jones,
Gary Busey.
Gary Busey. Oh, it's a good time. 92. It's got and yeah, it's action, full on. It's an action movie. I won't say anything else. I'll let Tara take it from there.
Oh, now?
I said I'll let Tara take it from there.
All right. So this movie Under Siege, it's about a rogue special agent that takes over.
I won't say he's rogue.
You don't think he's rogue?
No, he's just happens to be rogue. Would mean he like went he went out on his own and like went against but he basically is just, I won't say he was rogue.
Tommy Lee Jones?
Oh,
because he was like, yeah, because he was a special force, like, okay. And then they got rid of him.
I thought you were talking about Steve Seagal.
No.
Okay, go ahead then. Go ahead. Okay,
so,
sure, yeah.
A rogue special agent, Tommy Lee Jones. I can't remember his name.
William Stranix. Bill Stranix. Stranix is a cool last name.
Stranix. He takes over a Navy ship, the Missouri, and he is doing that because he wants to sell their missiles to a different country.
Oh, spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. You find that out much later in the movie.
I know.
You don't really
This is just a quick plot that I'm telling you about.
I got you.
But little did they know that Casey Ryback was on the ship. Ryback was on the ship, and he's a decorated Navy SEAL who has become a chef.
A ship full of Navy SEAls that are fucking the most incompetent motherfuckers that ever existed. Yeah. But there's one real good.
There's one real good one, but something happened in his past. I couldn't really figure out what happened, but he ended up only being able to be a chef, or do you remember what the other one was?
I didn't know what it was. They said what it was.
And his captain loved him, so he had him come on this ship to be his private chef. So yeah.
This is funny. This is a very funny plot. Like, you basically told the things that were slightly important that you find out near the end. Basically,
well,
can I try to sum it up quick?
I'll sum it up. So
what is this movie?
What happens is it's the captain's birthday, and they were like, okay, we gotta throw him a surprise party, but you knew something was kind of up. But they were gonna bring in caterers, and it was right after Pearl Harbor.
It was not right after Pearl Harbor.
The anniversary of Pearl Harbor.
Okay.
Sorry.
They were celebrating Pearl Harbor, and this is the last usage of this boat.
Yes.
It was its last voyage until they retired it.
Yes. And
not important, but
okay, Drew, why don't you finish it up?
No, I'm just saying what I'm saying is not important.
So then
you basically said it. The boat is taken over.
The boat is taken over, but it's by like this fake. They basically do this fake party so they can bring all these people.
Just say what?
What?
Hold on. That. Just say the boat is taken over by terrorists. Basically,
it's taken over by rogue special agent terrorists.
And some of the people that are
on the boat already,
Navy members, are part of it.
Yeah, Gary Busey being one of them. And the reason
guy that can save the day.
And the reason Gary Busey was wanting to be a part of this is because the captain said he was unstable.
Yeah, that he was crazy.
That he was
crazy.
Didn't read
that until after the fact.
But he was
read
like,
that after the fact. He just wasn't like, he just didn't like the captain because he treated him like shit.
Yeah.
Yes. We can talk about how they set the party up here. Okay. So yeah, that's the movie. If you haven't seen it, it's a warship that on his last voyage taken over by terrorists, and one of them happens to be, and one of them's a rogue, like special force guy under the radar guy, and one of them, and the other main guy is like one of the higher commanding people on the boat.
Yes.
And Steven Seagal is just a cook.
He's just a cook.
As far as they know.
Yeah. He's just a cook.
Okay. First of all, Steven Seagal's character name, Casey Ryback. Ryback. Rad fucking name. Casey, fucking sucky name. Every time they said name. Hey, Tara, every time she said Casey or one of the buddies would go, Case. We're like, Marianne and I were like, what the fuck? It was so disjointed, like jarring. We're like, what a dumb fucking Casey, wait. It was so stupid. Terrible first name.
All right.
Tara, it's terrible. Watch it again. Just when they say it, when she would say his name, I'm like, oh my God. First of all, no sexual connection at all between those two. Mm-mm. She was horned up as fuck.
She was horned up.
If you don't know, so
and everyone else was horned up about her, like where Absolutely. It was ridiculous.
I get it.
Hi, Miss July.
So there's a birthday party. And how's the birthday party go, T?
The birthday party, they bring people. Excuse me. They bring people on the boat. Caterers, a band, and then they have Miss July from Playboy who's going to jump out of the cake and do a little dance. And they drop them off via helicopter. Helicopter?
They dropped on a helicopter. The helicopter's not that big, and they act like there's a million people on it.
Yeah.
I'm so confused by that part of the logistics of how many people are on that fucking helicopter that were part of the catering. But basically, the captain, only the cook is supposed to cook for the captain.
Yes.
which is Steven Seagal. And he's like, you're not cooking for him. And the
And he's
reason
like,
is because they're all the people they're bringing in are plants
and you
that
could
are part of this
tell.
mutiny, part of this. It's basically a mutiny and a pirate takeover at the exact same time.
Yes.
Like there's a mutiny within the
They're
ship.
like anarchists is what they're saying.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you really find out at the end that Tommy Lee Jones is not doing it because he has like, it's mostly because he got butt hurt and he wants to make money. Like he's acting like it's because the government is so corrupt, but it's just because he wants to make a bunch of dough.
He wants to make a bunch of dough and is like Drew said, butthurt that his mission, they got taken off, his special army got taken off a mission, or
who are doing a bunch of illegal shit.
Yes.
Like there's this whole scene, like not boardroom, war room, scene they pop to with all the leaders, like U.S. military leaders that are in contact with them. And none of them knew about it except for one guy. So he was like very like unknown.
Can I also just say that they did a really bad job with those board war room scenes? They were so boring.
Bad. Real bad.
So bad. I'm really like, bad. You're supposed to be giving us information that we need to know. And this is like, I'm falling asleep. Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad. Like people that were
bad acting. I hated it. Acting. So I think I even missed stuff because I'm like, what? I don't even. Yeah, what is going on?
That important. Basically, that's where you get information that you find out that Tommy Lee Jones was like this, special forces, like a guy that they like Bay of Pigs, like coup shit type guy, where you don't even know what's going on. Like, you don't get signed off by
very few people know about him.
Mm-hmm. And that's where you find out Steven Seagal is. Actually, they find out before. Actually, they find out on the boat before those guys find out that Steven Seagal is like a super
seal. Yeah,
super seal.
He's a super.
Something happened where I think he basically
got in trouble.
Did the right thing, but got in trouble because it was technically against the rules. But the captain
was like
wanted to
make sure he got his 25 years. Yes.
Yeah. And that's Steven Seagal, the cook.
The cook,
which we don't even know if he's a good cook. We don't because they show him chopping shit a couple times, Tara. And it's like, I guess
I was impressed by the fastness of his chop.
It was like pretty big chunks. Pretty big chunks.
I don't know. Only I could for the captain.
So Tara. So let's talk about Steven Seagal real quick. Steven Seagal. This is your first Steven Seagal experience. What did we think of Steven Seagal?
I liked him.
Yeah.
I thought
you did.
I liked him. And I had never seen him in a movie before, and I kind of just know like the kind of older Steven Seagal and who's just like not it. But he kind of, I don't know, I liked him. I thought he was attractive.
Yeah. I mean, he's a tall guy that was in shape and has like
kind of has a little bit of like a little charisma.
Absolutely. He's got a cool way he talks. Mm-hmm. There's a reason he was a big star for a second.
He had like some funny one-liners, kind of like Arnold. I don't remember all of them. I wasn't writing them down, but I'm just like...
Yeah. So when they find out... So basically Busey is the point man on the boat, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they... he has to get everything set up so when the band comes on, when the party starts, and Tommy Lee Jones is the lead. He's not even the lead singer, man. He's just the harmonica player of the band, but he also MCs the band. And he basically gets everything set up where he's like, these people are coming, you're not doing the food. And then he basically gets him pissed off, so they put him in the freezer.
Yeah.
So he's not at the party.
No, he's in a meat locker.
He's in the fridge meat locker of the boat, being guarded by some fucking dunce,
like a 19-year-old that just pretty much got on the boat.
Yeah, that just is like listening to his orders.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you could hear me there for a second. I think my mic was out, but I don't know what we missed.
I heard you.
Okay, it was a little quieter. And then the party happens, and all hell, like they kill the captain's in his quarters by himself, waiting for the party, and then the party starts. There's going to be a cake with a chick. Erica, Miss July, by the way. She looked great.
She looked so good.
She was I don't know. She was on Baywatch.
Yep.
She was the original Baywatch girl. Like, I'm like, Miranda, because we just watched the first episode of Baywatch, which was really fun. But she looks great. Like, it's like Baywatch was 89 was the first year, I think, and this is 92, so it's a 3 years later.
And then
So
she
she's
was
probably a
Ellie
pretty big
Mae.
star at the time. Huh?
She was Ellie Mae Clampett in Beverly Hillbillies.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. But yeah, she looked great. She popped out of the cake. She was topless. She looked good.
I said that was the sexiest scene because there wasn't too
I was
much
wondering if
sex
you were going to say that
scene.
was the sexiest scene. Miranda, I wonder if you're going to say that was the sexiest scene, or when he was putting condoms on,
Oh my gosh.
making
Yeah.
like bombs and
When he
shit.
was like making
And
the
she was
bombs
like,
and
look,
like
yeah,
he's it like is very phallic looking
yeah,
and he's just like
and putting condoms on it.
then kind of taking
They show
everything
her,
apart and she's just
yeah,
getting horned up because he's like
yeah,
doing all of his things and then he rips out a condom
yeah.
and but no,
She was very horned
she
up.
was horned
I
up.
get it. I think she was horned up for real. I think she wanted, like, he didn't
Steven
really.
Seagal.
He was playing it cool. He didn't really
Yes.
throw anything at her.
No.
He wasn't giving her any vibes like he
Until the
wanted.
end.
And yeah, until the very end when he snuck a kiss
Yeah.
in, and it was actually very awkward.
It was so awkward.
I think she was horned up as shit for him, and it was pretty funny.
I'm trying to see. Like he even said, "Here's one move," and then he goes in and smooches her. Here's a move.
Yeah, one of the guys is you still got got some moves. He still got some moves or something like that. Right, Case. It looks like he still got some moves, Case. And he goes, "Here's a move for you." And then he grabs her by the head and
like
makes out
smooches
with her. It was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
So they take over the boat. And they forget about him basically, and they got all of they basically kill a bunch of people, including the captain and a bunch of higher ups, and then they lock all these guys in like some weird room where they can fill it with water basically,
yeah,
to like drown them if they want to.
Yeah.
And then they forget about, and then they realize that Steven Seagal is somewhere, on the boat. But he has already gotten out by that point. And then he starts, basically it becomes, I don't even notice this here. It's just Die Hard.
Yeah, Die Hard.
It's just Die Hard on a boat.
Yes.
Is what people like to say. It's Die Hard on a boat. And he takes over from that point. How'd you feel about all this?
I liked it. I thought it was a very easy watch. I didn't think I liked movies like this, but I really do.
They're great. They're fun. And if you don't take them serious, they're very fun.
And it's that same kind of concept of revenge. Like he was avenging his captain's death, and
that was a pretty funny scene.
Yeah,
when he gets up in there and like
covers him
somber
up.
Music,
Yeah,
he gently covers him with his
jacket,
his shirt.
Yeah. Yeah. So I thought it was good. There were parts.
Set up? How many different bombs?
So many bombs. There were so many.
He set up the microwave bomb that just happened to go off at the perfect time.
I know. And they'll be coming in at this point. I feel that the way that Tommy Lee Jones and Gary Busey, when they were calling the war room to talk to them, and like they're just like laughing and giggling at what Tommy Lee, it's so funny and so silly, and they're just like having the best time, like trying to take over the ship. And
have you ever seen Blown Away?
Mm-mm.
Also starring like with Tommy Lee Jones. Tommy Lee Jones is the bad guy, is really fun. Like he has a lot of fun with it.
Well, I was
Blown Away is really. Well, I'm not going to make you watch Blown Away this week, but it's a really fun movie. You should watch at some point.
I was thinking that Tommy Lee probably got his Joker role because of this, because he kind of had some Jokery moments.
Shortly after this, isn't it?
It's not too far. I think it's like 96 is when it came out.
Let's see when he did. Let's see what the lineup was. He was a huge star in the 90s.
Which is crazy, but he's good.
He was in Fugitive was the very next year, which is crazy. So he's in Fugitive. Hold on, give me the full movie list. Fugitive's a good movie. ever seen Fugitive, Tara?
With Harrison Ford?
Yeah.
Yeah. A long time ago.
So yeah, God, so 19. I'm going to skip ahead just to. So he's in JFK in 91, Under Siege in 92, Fugitive in 93, Blown Away in 94, which is a super fun movie. And then he's not in Batman Forever until 95. I thought it was later because there's all these movies in between. Batman Forever 95. So yeah, like he's played a lot of bad guys, which I didn't realize.
Yeah.
Then he's in Men in Black in 97. He had a huge 90s. Tommy Lee Jones. And he was funny as that character. It was a fun character.
It was a fun character. And then when
Busey's was a fun piece of shit too.
When he knew that he is losing and lost and the one guy dies and he blew up the other guy and he's just like in his jean jacket, just like losing his. It was jean jacket.
He's wearing a leather jacket. Very much a leather jacket. Because at one point they have a knife fight and he stabs and it doesn't go through because it's a leather jacket. Okay. Tara, it's a leather jacket. It's a black leather jacket with like silver studs on it. What are we talking about? Did you watch the movie?
Yeah, I watched it and I didn't even have my phone on me.
Leather jacket. Oh wow.
I know. So then he puts on his leather jacket and he just starts like losing his mind and is like going crazy and
yeah,
very funny.
Very funny. Complete leather jacket. Come on. But he.
Oh my gosh! Can we talk about the knife fight? That is like my favorite.
Yeah, let's talk about that last. That's the ending. That's the end of the movie.
I know, but it's so good.
Hold on. Let's get there in a minute. So we got Tommy. We can talk about that. We'll get to that. I promise. So Tommy Lee. So Busey dies. They bring a submarine. So yes. So what's happening is they're getting rid of these weapons, and they're going to shoot one. They shoot a nuclear missile at one point. Oh, we'll talk about that right before the. Fuck it. Let's do it now. First we'll do that into the knife fight. So they have a submarine that they have stolen. Or they got it during a different thing. They're like, oh, we know they can do this because they blew up this submarine. And then 2 seconds later, it shows that they have the submarine. They kept the submarine on like this from this other mission. They confiscated it. And so they have the submarine to go get these warheads. And they blow that up. That's when they blow that up with Busey on it. Yep. Busey somehow got on it. They blow it up. He's dead. That's when Tommy Lee kind of gives up, goes down to the control room and shoots a warhead at Honolulu.
Yeah.
Which is what their goal, I think, always what they threatened to do it, and they were going to do it.
Yes.
And then that's then that's the last thing Seagal has to try to stop. Is that from hitting Honolulu. And that's when he shows up, and then there's a knife fight between Seagal and Tommy Lee.
It was the coolest knife fight ever.
It was awesome. The way he holds the knife.
Yes. It was so cool. And normally I'd be like, knife fight, but like up close knife fight, you don't see that often.
In like a control room.
In a control room. And then when he finally gets Tommy Lee Jones and he stabs him in the top of the head, and then you can tell that it's a mannequin head.
Well, before that, he shoves his thumb in his eyeball.
And his like eyeball squirts out.
Which brings me to my question.
Oh my god, it was so funny.
I want to add a category for this movie. And the reason I bring that up because this is on the table. What was your favorite death in the movie? Because I think there's 2 or 3 options that are above the rest. What's your favorite? Obviously, that's one.
I mean, that one is my favorite. It was so funny to me, and it just because of the eyeball into the like mannequin head into like smushing his face into.
I was wondering if you were going to pick that. For us, we both really liked the beam through the chest. The guy that was there in the beam, they dropped one of the beams on him, and it went through his body.
Oh yeah,
that was awesome. And then they find him there later, like people just see what happened. It's just the guy laying there with a giant beam through his chest. That was good. That was really good.
That was good.
So we like that one better. But yours was
the other so good. Option. It was so funny.
Yeah, it was really funny. And then the one other thing I want to say before we get because it might come up in these categories. let's go jump to the categories. So basically, it's an action movie. Seagal kills a lot of people. Obviously, Seagal saves the day after he kills him with the knife on the top of the head.
Mm-hmm.
To get the codes to stop the missile from going off.
Yep.
And blowing up Honolulu to kill maybe 1 million people, they were saying.
Mm-hmm.
So Seagal saves the day. And how funny is it when Seagal runs? He only runs like once or twice in the movie. He runs so fucking funny.
I
don't know if you
know.
noticed.
I didn't.
I was looking for it, so I noticed it again.
Sure.
Just Google Steven Seagal running.
Okay.
And watch it. It's very funny. He like almost like moves he acts like it's like he's basically been called out for. He's like, oh no, that's the most efficient way to run. He's that kind of guy.
Oh
He's got a lot of
gosh. Yeah, I
like,
can imagine.
No, that's the way it's supposed to be done.
That's how you're
basically
supposed
his arms
to run.
like spin almost like wheels. He runs like a fucking doofus. It's really funny.
I gotta look this up then.
Are you looking up right now?
Yeah.
Okay. So while you do that, I'll talk about the other thing. We love the girl. We thought she was really good at the beginning when she was crying and stuff. I'm like, oh, she's pretty good. Why didn't she become a bigger star? And then she puts a hat on, Tara. She put that hat on backwards and it's kind of crooked.
Oh, hold on, Drew.
Little hair sticking out.
Huh? Hello?
Go ahead.
Okay, hold on just a second.
I forgot you couldn't hear me. She's going. She's watching it. She's acting it out. She's found it. She sees what I'm saying. Yeah, guys, if you're listening, stop the pod right now.
What?
Google Steven Seagal running and then come back. It's Tara. It's fucking insane. Like he's got like little he doesn't like fully stride. No. He doesn't even have like full strides. He has like little quick steps. And like people, like I said, people called him. I was like, no, that's like the most efficient way. He's a fucking dunce.
Oh boy. Okay.
What I was saying before you left was, or while you're gone, I forgot you couldn't hear me. Mm-hmm. Is I was talking about the woman Erica Eleniak, Jordan Tate. Jordan was her name. I didn't know her name. How we thought she was really good early on. Like I'm like, oh man, she's kind of good. Like I wonder why she didn't do more. Because she was like at the beginning when she was like crying and stuff. Mm-hmm. Like I thought she was doing a really good job. I felt like it was realistic. And then 2 seconds later, they got her in a goddamn backwards hat. She looked so stupid in that fucking hat. Miranda hated it more than I did. She's like, I hate that fucking hat on her. It looked so dumb. It was such a dumb. And then she'd take it off and look good. And I think we both agreed she acted better when her hat was off.
Well,
she'd be like, Casey, and she looked so stupid in that fucking hat.
So when she first got on the ship, because I actually have her as one of my least favorite characters to start out with, because
you started out not liking her.
I started out not liking her, and then I loved her.
Yeah, she was good
because she was so annoying when she was like slamming on, like she didn't understand the gravity of the situation, and it's like, this boat has been taken over. Like, I want to keep you safe. And then she like was trying to draw attention to her.
No, I disagree. I thought she was the right move. She's like, you cannot leave. I'm not staying in here. She never knew if he was ever going to come back. She's going to be stuck in this locker.
Which, fine.
The right move. She's like, no, I'm coming with you.
Which is fine. I get that. But then when like they're walking around and she has a backwards hat on and is just like acting kind of dopey about it and like, hey, what about this? And like asking questions
that was
and
dumb.
being
that was
loud.
A dumb thing to have.
And I'm like, what the fuck? But then she ended up being like a badass and saving the day, like saving his life and was like awesome. But at first I'm like, what is this choice that they have her? And then they switched it up, which I was very grateful for.
Yeah, I think once they put the backwards hat on, that first part where she's carrying everything around and she got the backwards hat, she looked so stupid. I liked her before that when she was just like a damsel in distress. I liked it. I thought she was doing good at crying. I believed it. And being distraught. And then she was just kind of like, then she was over it and just like, this is too much stuff to carry.
Yeah.
I like that though. Smart by them. Like, you got to carry it because I got to be able to shoot people.
Right.
That was fun. So, but yeah, that was the only other thing. So let's go to categories. First category.
Favorite character. It was Case. I loved Case.
Ryback was good. I refuse to call him Case.
He had lots of
How about his little group of misfits?
Oh yeah, first? I love them.
Like, they don't do anything to help.
No,
they literally didn't help at all.
They helped a little bit with like the ending part with when they were shooting out missiles.
Oh yeah. They ran the shit. They did the gun thing that blew up the.
Yeah.
They blew up the submarine.
Yes.
Yeah, Casey. Obviously, Ryback. Seagal's the best character in the movie, but if I didn't. Close second to me, I really liked Tommy Lee Jones.
He
I
was
thought he
awesome.
was really good. He might be my favorite character in it because it's just like such a funny, like he's almost like trying to be Bono.
Yeah.
It's really funny.
It's funny.
It's a really funny bit.
It's a
so
good,
I really like.
I did too. He did a really good job.
So I think it's one of the rare times where I think both where there's many characters that could have been your favorite.
Yeah.
I really liked Busey, and it's really fun.
Oh my gosh,
too.
he is.
Busey's really fun in it.
He's a nut.
All right. Yeah. He's funny in everything.
Yeah. My least favorite character, I said the redhead guy that puts Casey in the meat locker. He's such a little douche.
He did suck.
He sucked, and ugh.
Yeah.
I don't even know what ended up happening to him, but I just hated him. He just thought he was like Mr. Cool. Yeah. I don't even know what team he was on, to be honest.
I agree he sucked, but I think my least favorite guy was the guy that was like a little pussy ass bitch and didn't want to help. And then when Jordan wanted to
like, yeah.
like little fucking like he was gonna hook
like,
up with her. Like
and
like get the fuck out of here. Like
and he was like all like, "Hey, Miss July," like such a creep. I'm here on college.
Like, clearly, Ryback has control of the switch, homie. You got no shot at this fucking babe. No shot at all.
No.
You little twat.
So
yeah, he was my least favorite.
That's a good call. He did suck.
Mm-hmm.
Iconic scene. I said when he's making the bomb and then he swims and then they see him in the water and they hit him on the back with something and it like rips his back up, but he still gets the bomb and puts it in and blows up.
That's the iconic scene?
I don't know. I thought it was pretty good.
It's the knife fight, Tara.
Well, we talked about the knife fight already.
But I mean, it's the most iconic. I mean, it's like the scene.
Well, that's what I have as my favorite scene.
Like when I think of Steven Seagal, I picture that moment.
Yeah.
That's my Seagal moment.
Yeah.
That's my Seagal memory where he's like, the two iconic scenes from this movie are that and her popping out of the cake when I was, this came out in 92, Tara. I think I saw it in 92.
So how old?
I was like 8 years old and I was like, bazunga gunga goo.
Oh, boy.
It wasn't my first boobs I saw in a movie, but it was in the mix.
They were big boobs for sure.
I'm sure they were. It was like that 90s big
Baywatch
boob era. Baywatch area. They look good. Like whoever did. I don't know if they were fake or not. They could have been real. They looked
pretty fake to me.
I don't know. I don't know that they did. They had a pretty normal shape. They didn't have like that weird. Well, in the early 90s, the fake boob shape was pretty good because they could use different
saline or whatever.
Saline's a.
I feel like they used
whatever
saline.
they used. That was. So the stuff that caused cancer. So the boobs actually looked more natural back then.
I think the sexiest scene was when she was dancing in the cake.
For 2 seconds?
Yeah. I mean, it really wasn't a very sexy movie, but she looked really good.
Yeah, she did.
She's hot.
She is hot. Next scene. The only other nominee would be him putting a condom on I think
it was so funny. He was making a bomb. Yes.
Yeah.
My boring. Anytime it went to the military, we already talked about it. The military table.
Yeah, could have skipped all that. It was like pointless.
So pointless. We could have figured it out.
You could have taken because Ryback. They figured out Ryback was that guy. It wasn't like the thing where they didn't know until much later by discovering it. They found out right away because they just looked at his file. And he didn't need their help to figure out what was going on in the ship. He figured it all out. They literally were not helpful at all, except for they blew up one of the missiles with planes.
Yeah.
But that was not even important. Just have the one missile that he saves.
My Tara moment was nothing really. It cooked. It wasn't too serious.
It wasn't like
the stakes were never that high either because
even 1 million people dead in Honolulu. Sell down Oprah under the rock.
Oh my god.
No, I got what you're saying.
Yeah,
it was never
they didn't really set it up to be serious at all or to really have that many stakes. It was all about the fun. All about the fun and
it's like a very 90s action movie. Like it's far more fun than even like Die Hard. Like Die Hard, you're worried. In this, I'm not worried.
Yeah, Die Hard, you are worried.
Steve's got this.
Yep.
Ryback's Case has got it under
Case
wraps.
has got it.
What else you got?
The hero, I said it was Case and
Yeah,
his crew because they
for sure.
they definitely
Yeah,
helped him,
yeah.
and
I would
especially
say there's.
Jordan because she saved
Yeah,
him.
she nailed it. She saved the day.
And then villains, Tommy Lee Jones, Gary Busey, their crew.
Not the government. Not the little weasel motherfucker in the war room. He might be the real villain.
He
The
was a
little weasel fuck
weasel.
that paid him to do Tommy Lee to do all those things,
Yeah.
and then decides to cut it and be like, no, 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 and then basically says,
I
"See you
mean,
later."
normally when I say like a big giant statement like that, you naysay it. So I went
But I
with.
picked a very specific guy. The guy, the main
Okay.
that guy,
Yeah. He is a little
like
weasel.
the real villain. Like they made all these guys, like they got Ryback in a bad situation. They got Stranix in a bad situation.
They got a lot of people killed.
They got a lot of people killed and almost a million more.
Mm-hmm. And then I think the last thing is just the rating.
Just the rating.
Right? Am I missing anything?
I never know.
I don't think I am.
Sometimes you do, but I don't think you did this time. We even added one. Best death. We can keep that in. When there's movies with a lot of fun deaths, we'll add that one in.
Okay.
Rate this motherfucker.
I'm going to rate.
Tara, rate this movie.
It is a chef's kiss.
No complaints. No complaints with that. That's maybe, Tara, gotta be honest, that's your best rating yet. That's a very good rating. It's a very good rating. I was trying to come up with like, oh, that's a good rating. Chef's kiss. I don't even think of anything. I can't think of anything better. I was like, oh, maybe like one stripper popping out of a cake, but that's not as clean. That was too clean. Love it, Tara.
Thanks.
It's a great movie. There's an Under Siege 2, just so you know.
Oh, God.
And it's on a train, Tara. On a train.
Oh, my God.
So, yeah, that's your Seagal. You don't really need to see any more Seagal. Maybe go on a Seagal deep dive of like nowadays Seagal because it's very funny.
Okay.
He's a fucking nut. He looks crazy. His hair is jet black. He has a goatee and like wears like tiny sunglasses that are colored and is like slick back, like jet black hair. He dyes it very black. It's very funny. Again, he's right in that Trump vein, like where he's like the fact that it makes me think like this guy could become president just like Trump did because that's how fucking nuts they both. They're like the same dude to me.
I hate it.
Like this guy doesn't know what he's doing, and they will never admit when they're like what they're doing is weird or wrong.
No, this is the way you should do it.
This is how you run.
This is the most efficient way to run.
Yeah, he used to do this. He had this school for a while, Seagal, where he like trained people to shoot more accurately. It was so fucking fun. I saw it. It was like he had a show on TV for a while called Being Steven. I don't know what it's called. I'm gonna be honest. Wait, hold on. If I click on it, I bet it'll tell me here. Steven Seagal TV show. What's called? Oh, it's called Lawman. Tara. It was from 2009 to 2014. And he was like a volunteer like sheriff or something. I don't know if he was a real sheriff. And he went around and just like he was like teaching all the guys to shoot better. It was fucking wild. It was good. Lawman 2009 to 2014. Cool. That was that. We're getting it's hour 18 in, so let's try to speed it along here, Tara. It's time. Hold on. I lost my shades. There they are.
Get them,
Tara. It's time for Melon Fights Underdog Pick of the Week. Tara, you are 2-0 at this point. Loving it. Putting big money down on you this week.
Oh, God.
I'm 1-1. I'm backed. I put my jacket on. I put my casino jacket on.
You gotta have it on.
Boom. Put my jacket on. I'm back. I'm a gambling man. I got the picks. I haven't looked at all at the odds this week.
I haven't either. I just pulled it up. So
I'm pulling them up right now. Melon Fights Underdog Pick of the Week. I went first last week, which means you get to go first this week. Here we go.
Oh my gosh, there's a couple.
Underdog pick of the week.
There's a couple I like.
There's a couple she likes. Okay.
Is it
interesting?
wrong?
Oh, wow. That's a surprising one. We might have to get on one of these before the game happens tonight.
Tonight?
It will move. No, one of them's the one because of the games tonight. It could move.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it.
Okay.
I don't want to have to do it, Terry. What do you got for me, though? What do you got for me? They're doing 2 Monday night games again next week. Why are they doing that? I don't like it.
I'm going to go with... I feel like I can't. The one that I really want, I feel like I did last week, so I don't know if I am allowed to do that.
You can do whatever you want.
Okay. I'm sticking with...
You did last week. The Ravens aren't favorite.
No, I know. Favored. But I'm picking against the Bengals again.
Oh, that's fine. I might pick against the team I always pick
Okay.
against.
So my underdog pick of the week is the LA Rams +2 versus the Cincinnati Bengals.
Love it.
We talked about it earlier today. The Bengals don't look good. Joe Burrow could be injured and out. And the Rams look good. They've got good defense. They've got good offense. Stafford's looking good. He's healthy. He's ready. And the Bengals are not. They're gonna be down 0-3 by the end of next week. And the Rams will be 2-1. That's what I'm guessing. I think they're going to win outright. I think they're going to money line it, but I'm only doing the spread.
The spread. So say it to me again. Say, what is it?
It is the underdog pick of the week.
No. Tell me what the pick is, dipshit.
Shut up. My pick is the LA Rams +2 against the Cincinnati Bengals. Lock it in.
At Bengals.
It's at Bengals, but who the hell cares?
Lock it in. So here, I think you're right. I think Stafford looks good. Stafford looks fresh. They lost to they barely, they made it closer than it was getting that last field goal.
Yeah.
The backdoor cover there.
Yeah.
It might have even been a push, depending on where you got the line. And
I don't see Joe Burrow playing this week. I don't think he's playing.
I don't think it sounds like he's not gonna.
No.
That line might change. We might want to jump on that while it still is +2.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. One of my picks here in a second. But I think Stafford looks good. I think the team looks good. They look invigorated.
Yep.
Cincinnati. The one thing about Cincinnati is they're fighting for their lives, but also the Rams don't want to go down 1-2. So I think they're playing for it. I think it's a good call, Tara. I like that.
Thank you.
They found their new receiver, their new Cooper Kupp, until Cooper Kupp gets back, and then they got them both.
Mm-hmm. I think they're going to do it. Pick. They're going to do it.
So Bengals down.
Bengals are going to go 0-3. Yep, definitely.
I like that, Tara. I like it a lot. Okay, so here's the thing. I said I would always pick against the Jacksonville Jaguars if they're favored. I said that.
You did.
But this Houston Texans team is so bad that I don't. It's a really big line too. It's +8.5. And normally I would take that. I love to shit on the Jags. I'll shit on them all damn day.
Yeah.
But I don't know that they're going to go out and lose. I don't say. There's a couple I like better.
Okay, let's hear it.
There's a couple more I like better, I think. One of them being the Tennessee Titans +4 at the Cleveland Browns. I don't buy this Browns team. I think the Tennessee Titans are going to be, again, this is one I think I'm going to have to bet on it today.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that's going to stay at +4 after tonight.
Who are they playing
because
tonight?
Because the Cleveland Browns might lose tonight.
Yeah.
To the Steelers. I think that line's going to move.
Mm-hmm.
So I want it at +4 right now. So I'm going to take that. I'm going to take it at +4 because I think it's going to move.
Yeah.
When the Steelers win tonight. I do not believe in this Browns team. Just as a whole. I know they got a lot of talent. but I just don't see it.
Yeah, and I feel like
that Titans team can out tough them.
Yes.
Because a lot of Browns thing is they're tough. They're kind of tough on the defensive side of the ball, and they're good on the offensive line, and they run the ball good with Chubb. But they're going to get out tough tonight. Or they're going to get out tough tonight, and they're going to get out tough next week by the Tennessee Titans +4. What do you think of that?
I like it. I'm not a Browns believer. I think that I know that Amari Cooper might be dinged too, so that's not good. And I will always root for a loss by Deshaun Watson.
That really flowed out of your mouth. We're always root for a loss. I always will root against
Drew.
Deshaun Watson.
I got so distracted. I got distracted.
Words.
I got distracted because people keep sending me messages from work, and I keep seeing them pop up. So
Tennessee Titans +4. Lock it in.
Locker.
Brother.
I like that pick. It's a good one. I agree with you.
And for a little sprinkle on top, guys, I would if I were you, I'd probably sprinkle a little bit of dough, not all your dough, but a little bit of dough on the Houston Texans +8.5. I will never believe in the Jaguars.
Yeah, that's a really big spread. What did the Houston Texans do that first week?
Huh? They're 0-2. They're not good. The thing is, they're not good. But that's why I'm not making it my pick.
Okay.
But I'm saying if you want to throw them in a little 2-team parlay, bet on just that one game. But also if you want to do a little 2-team parlay, if you want to do a MELLONfights parlay, 3-team parlay, pick. Tara, what was your team?
My team was the LA Rams.
You don't know?
It was the LA Rams.
Little 2-team parlay. Take the LA Rams plus what?
+2.
MELLONfights 3-team parlay. Rams +2. Houston Texans +8.5. Titans +4. Little bonus if you want to do it.
Do it.
No one listen to this bets on sports, and I'm probably not going to put this as our clip, but I'm putting it out there. Tara, that was our MELLONfights underdog pick of the week.
Ooh.
Any hard-hitting questions? We are getting a little long here. We haven't had one this long in a while, but that's okay.
Okay, there's just 2 really quick ones.
The ones you care about.
There's just 2.
Throw 'em at me.
There's just 2 really quick ones.
Do it.
Today is National Meow Like a Pirate Day. So I would
meow like a pirate?
Yeah, so I'd just like to hear your best meow like a pirate.
So not talk like a pirate.
Meow.
Not meow day, but meow like a pirate.
Yes.
Meow. That sounds like a penguin.
That sounded like
Well, because you got R.
Like
and you got meow.
Ganks.
Meow. Oh, there it is.
Oh.
Meow.
Meow.
I found it.
You did.
Meow.
Meow. Meow.
How about that? So
What
there's the cat version. So if it was a cat doing it, it'd be meow. And if it was a man meowing, a pirate meowing, it'd be meow.
Meow.
That's both for you.
Meow.
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 Meow. Or meow.
Do pirates make any other sounds?
They just rape and plunder.
Oh.
Well, that's what they're pirates.
Meow.
Meow.
That was very good. And then it's National Cheeseburger Day. So I want you to rate the...
Oh, is it? I got to have a cheeseburger for dinner.
Rate these. Which one's best to worst? Burger King cheeseburger, McDonald's cheeseburger, and Wendy's.
You didn't have one in the hopper?
Wendy's
You had to think about it? You didn't have one ready?
No.
I got this as a question. I got a question for you. I got this planned out for the day.
I did.
What's the best burger? Burger King cheeseburger, McDonald's cheeseburger, or you didn't have a third one written down?
I didn't have anything written down. I just...
What do you mean? I thought you had this question ready to go.
I did because I quickly looked up national holidays. I just didn't know. Oh, wait, let me change it. Culver's cheeseburger.
Well,
BK.
I would pick Well, Culver's cheeseburger is awesome. They're just very good. They're more high end. Compared to those other two is stupid.
Oh, wait, so then keep Wendy's. I don't care.
Wendy's I don't like that much. Okay. So if you do just the 3 main fast foods, I would do Burger King number 1, McDonald's number 2, Wendy's 3. I don't like Wendy's that much. I like Burger King a lot, and McDonald's is true, tried and true.
What if it was Culver's, Five Guys,
Culver's,
and I don't know anymore. I suck.
I already answered the question.
Well, you have to do it in order.
I know, but I already did the original one.
Okay.
You don't need to find the third one. Culver's is better than all those burgers you mentioned. There's not a lot of good fast, like Red Robin, I guess. I don't know.
That's not a fast food.
Yeah, they had remember? Yeah, you could. Yeah, no. They had Red Robin. They didn't last for very long. It was basically like a Red Robin fast food restaurant. You just picked it up. It was like a to-go thing.
Never knew.
Doesn't matter. I picked what you said. I think we've done that before, and so I'm not that excited about it.
We have?
I could probably come up with a better. Yeah, for sure. We've talked about those fast food burgers. Come on.
Okay, if you were a cheeseburger, who would you want to eat you?
If I was a cheeseburger, who would I want to eat me?
Yeah.
Who already come up with this shit? What does that even mean?
I don't know. I guess go with it.
Whose mouth would I want to get munched upon by?
Sure.
I don't know. Maybe like Joey Chestnut.
Oh.
Like in a food competition.
Okay.
Because then it'd be like historic. Like it could be like, oh, I want who's a babe? I can't even think of any babes out there these days. Oh, I want the Miss July from Under Siege to eat me as a hamburger.
I got another one for you. Okay, would you rather have cheeseburgers as butt cheeks or cheeseburgers as chests, as like your chest, what your chest is? Your chest. Cheeseburger chest.
Yeah, I got it.
Cheeseburger chest or cheeseburger butt?
If I have to answer this question, because I don't. Is this only logistics I need to ask about first?
Well,
is it a burger that's falling apart?
No.
Or is it just shaped, or my boobs and my butt are shaped like cheeseburgers?
Yeah, you have actual cheeseburgers as your butt cheeks. Or you have cheese. No one's going to eat them. Or you have cheese.
They're just there forever.
Yeah, or you have cheese.
They're just there.
Yeah.
And they don't go bad.
No. But like your butt crack is like where the two buns meet.
I would rather that be on my chest because it would be just a really big issue to try to wipe my ass with cheeseburger butt. Like it'd be really hard to wipe your ass. And I feel like you get poop on the bun and stuff. And no. So I'd want cheeseburger chest.
All right.
I think that's a really easy question. Here on National Cheeseburger
Would
Day.
you rather barf out? Would you rather barf out?
Oh my God, what are we doing?
I got one more. Would you rather barf out a full cheeseburger or poop out a full cheeseburger?
Like not chewed?
Yeah.
Poop.
Okay.
I feel like I'd choke to death.
Come out.
Because I've had some pretty big hog turds before. So I'm cool with that.
Okay.
We do that.
All right. I'm done with my cheeseburger stuff.
Yeah, that was real good.
Well, I had to rush to get ready.
All right. We're going to move on. Melon Fights. 2 emails.
Who are they from?
I don't know who they're from. We'll see. We'll see when we get there who they're from. Melon Fights from, Miranda.
Ooh.
Miranda, my girlfriend. That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
I'm surprised. No, it is cool. I thank her very much.
No, it's very nice.
Miranda, hi, Melon Fighters. This was my first Steven Seagal movie, too. I liked it. Some really funny death scenes and good action. Drew and I just watched a little Baywatch, so I liked recognizing Miss July. Speaking of Miss July, whenever she wore the horrible hat, she became a worse actress. We agree. My grievance. The top 5 plays of the day on Red Zone should not include touchdowns unless it's a punt return. Totally agree. Though we said that, but when we watched it, there wasn't a lot of touchdowns in it actually this time. I think it was only 1 or 2. We all know what our grievances with Red Zone. They did it even worse yesterday. They didn't even do the song. My favorite touchdown of the week was either Scary Terry's touchdown or Debo's. I agree. Those were 2 really good ones. We liked the punt return though too.
Yeah.
Till the Broncos Hail Mary. Oh yeah, that's right. Until the Broncos Hail Mary was cool to see. That was fun.
That was.
That Hail Mary at the end of that. We didn't talk about that. That was fun. Popped it around and then caught it, and then they didn't get the 2-point conversion. What a joke.
I know.
Also, the end of that Patriots game,
Oh my
where it was like
god,
so
it was
close to being a
so
first
close,
down.
so
The
stupid.
fact that they reversed that
It's
is a
so
fucking joke.
ridiculous.
You called that a first down on the field, leave it. Like, you cannot. It was so close. It was so close. I couldn't tell. I mean, if I'm going to be honest, I didn't think he got it.
Yeah.
But I didn't think. I wasn't sure though.
So there's this football ref that comes into flight, so I'll ask him about it.
Okay.
And then I'll report back if I see him.
They don't know shit.
Well, he's an actual NFL. He was at.
I know, but they don't know. They're the ones that get it wrong.
I know.
All the time. Would you rather tailgate on a 100-degree day with beautiful weather, but your team loses, or tailgate on a 20-degree day with in the snow, but your team wins?
I want my team. I would want my team to win.
And tailgating in the cold is a lot of fun.
It's okay.
Like, it sucks. Like, also 100 degrees.
100 degrees is too hot.
Maybe say like 72. Perfect. Yeah. 800 degrees.
100-degree beautiful day. I don't know if that's a thing. Unless you're at the beach or in water.
You and I watched Elemental, and it was cute. Tara, I think you should give it a go.
What's it called?
We did watch Elemental. We liked it. Elemental. It's on Disney Plus. It was the most recent Pixar movie. I liked it. We liked it. We did like it. I liked it. It didn't make a lot of money, but I thought it was pretty solid. I got a forward. I don't know why it says forward in it. I don't know what she did. She must have sent it herself and resent it. I don't know. Hey guys, this is from our mother. Really enjoyed the football talk. Very good takes and insight. Fun. I'm sorry. Fun. We get it, Tara. We get it. Tara fell asleep for some of the game. She did. A lot of it.
No.
What about ML and pooped everywhere? What about MLB?
And you, I will never believe you ever again.
You couldn't believe that one.
I did.
You didn't read it. You didn't say after like, hey, delete that. There's no reason. It was good. That was a good vid. Tara, was a fun vid. Nobody even cared about it.
No one ever cares about it.
I did see the likes though on it. More women liked it than men. Women thought it was fun that a lady had talking about poop. I'm out here for the ladies. I think a rain stick is a kid instrument actually for all ages. Top 3 favorite football concession stand items. I don't think I've been to a concession at a stadium, so I'll guess. What? That can't be true. She's gone to baseball games with us, and shut up, lady. The one's the time she really went to a sporting event. Honestly,
it's been a while.
I don't think I've been. Sure, she says. So I'll go with circus. Okay. The juice from the blue snow. The juice from the blue snow cones.
So I'll go with circus.
Yeah, I like this. You just pick something. Popcorn, not peanuts, and cotton candy. Okay.
I don't think
for circus stuff that sounds correct. For circus, that does sound correct, Mom.
Yeah.
But it has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
But I love
the peanuts.
I love it.
We didn't say peanut. We did not say peanuts. For I do like eating peanuts.
Only at baseball. That is
awesome. Yeah, only at baseball. I wouldn't want to eat it anywhere else. Love you, Mom.
Love you, Mom.
All right, Tara. Anything else before? Do you have a grievance for the week before we get out of here?
I don't really think so. I don't.
All right, well, then stay dry.
Stay dry.
Have a Tuesday.
Have a Tuesday.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
MELLONfights.